Hello nieces, hello nephews, it's your Uncle Charles here and welcome back to my YouTube channel where we do unbiased price action analysis, and it looks like the Krampus rally continues. And guys, we gotta talk about some technicals, okay? This is a price action analysis video, but look, lower Bollinger Band, we are very overextended to the downside with the price closing outside and under the lower Bollinger Band. RSI is officially in oversold territories, and I want to also mention that you're looking at these headlines on SPY and they are very bearish. When the news start printing out these bearish headlines like that, that's when I want to get a bit skeptical. Market nosedive as investors finally get the message. Wow, that's very bearish, guys, and we are gonna talk about, as usual, the bull case scenario and the bear case scenario, how I plan to trade this amazing / crazy price action. Let's go. So here is the lovely 15-minute chart where all these lines represent my support and resistance levels. As usual, every morning I always identify the first level and the first resistance and the first support so we can get that first trade setup. Okay, I wrote here I got first resistance at 383.5 with 385 is above. First support's at 383 with 382 and 380, 381 zone below. Okay, so like I say, level to level is the way. We trade from one level to the next, but we gotta wait for that trade setup. You guys notice here on the 15-minute chart, I had this nice triangle pattern which served well intraday for some day trades, but here you can see on the first candle it tried to get above that 383.5 level. That's my green line right here, but ultimately it failed on the 945 candle, triggering our entry for puts, and we played down to the next level at 382. A nice $1 move you can see here, but right when we hit that level, hit the support around this triangle pattern and the 382 level, around that zone, and it bounced and it went as high as 383.66, but it closed right on my resistance level of 383.5. That does not qualify as clearing of resistance. I want to make that clear, okay? So yeah, if it was to clear the 383.5 level, I definitely would have looked for calls, okay? But it did not. It cleared the 383 level, tested at 383.5 level, and look what happened. Gave us a nice false breakout setup, which was also alerted in the Discord as well. Okay, now when we play these false breakout setups, guys, the ideal entry is around here. Okay, that's the ideal entry. But remember, if you miss that entry, the next entry that you want to take is the breakdown of the next support level, which was 382 right there. Okay, remember, if it's truly the top, if it's truly a top, not the top, but if a top is truly in, then we don't have to catch the top. There's going to be more opportunities on the way down. Okay, so ideal entry is where the false breakout happens. Cleared 383, broke back below it. You want to enter there. If you missed that, don't catch FOMO. Wait for the next setup. Waiting for the next setup is important because you never know what can happen over here. All right, Discord member of mine, shout out to Lefty. He calls this no man's land. And when the price is in no man's land, you just don't know what's going to happen. It could give us a false breakout setup, but then it bounce around here and go back up. It's happened. None of these trade setups are 100% guaranteed to make us money. That's why we have to respect stop loss and have a stop loss in. However, these trade setups are high probable trades. Okay, we're just trying to tip the probability into our favor, much like what the casinos do with their customers. Okay, so yeah, very easy to trade day. I don't know how long these easy to trade days are going to continue, but breakdown of 383 and 382 definitely led to a nice move, went as low as 378ish before the end of the day bounce. Okay, did not clear that 380 level. Looking at the daily chart, I have some critical levels, guys. 380 is a 38.2 fib level for March 2020 low here to January high. So that 380 level for me, in my opinion, was very, very critical. Loss of that level, we closed at 379. We closed at 380 actually. All right, so we did not officially lose to 380. Okay, so yeah, 380 held today. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. It is below it in the after and aftermarket, okay? But the next, all right, so 380 is a critical level. Also at 379.3, okay? So I got fib level from October low to this December 13th high. So 50% fib levels at 379.3. All right, so that's a critical support zone. So here's the bull case scenario. Hold 380, all right? Must hold 380, stay above 380, okay? I got resistant at 380. All right, so there's one at 381, okay? Then there's the 383. All right, there's 382, then there's a 383 to 385 zone, all right? Above that would be the 385-ish level. Actually 386. All right, we're moving at the 386 because that is the 50 daily moving average. All right, I was saying 385 because the 50 daily moving average was there, but now you know how the moving average, they move every day. Okay, so the 50 day is at 386, guys, and the 38.2 fib level is at 386.66. So 386 to 386.66 is a very critical resistant zone that bulls need to recapture, okay? So let's make this clear. Hold that 380 support. Right now it's below it, but tomorrow we got to see where it opens. Get above 380, all right? Clear 383 to 385, 383 to 383.5 zone. Next critical resistance is that 386 to 386.6 zone. Clear that, all right? And then we can go fill some gaps around 388-ish. And that critical 390 level, very critical 390 level, all right? 391.5 is another resistant level based on this Fibonacci channel line, okay? The 393-ish, and then the 23.6 fib level at 395.77, all right? So when a resistant level clears, add those levels to your charts, similar to how I do it here on the 15-minute chart, okay? That's what I do. That's my recommendation, so you have a point of reference. All right, I don't recommend trading without looking at a chart. I don't know everyone's situation, but, you know, that's what I recommend. So stay above 380, clear that 383 to 383.5 zone. Okay, you can also reference 382, but definitely the critical ones is definitely that 50 daily moving average and that 38.2 fib level. All right, now that's the bull case scenario. As of right now, guys, this is a very impulsive move to the downside. Yes, technically, we do have a setup for a bounce here based on the RSI, based on the Bollinger Bands, okay? But price action has the final say. So we are still technically in knife catching mode, so be careful trying to catch a knife. But as long as SPY is continuing to break down support levels, we got to play this unbiasedly and continue to be biased with the price action, okay? This down move will most likely end, like many other down moves, when it start clearing some resistant levels, all right? So that's the bull case. Bear case, break down this 380 level, all right? I got support around 378-ish. Break down 378. I got a pivot low around 375.5, a pivot low back in November 7th, as well as a pivot low around 373.6 back in November 9th. And if those levels fail, we got the next critical level at 371.5 to 372 zone. That's a 61.8 fib level. Okay, 61.8 fib level. All right. I'm thinking about trying longs direct. If we get down to that level, I may try longs direct there. Okay, but we'll see what happens. I may change my mind, but if I was to long direct and SPY was to break down 380 and continuing down, I may try longs direct around the 371.5 to 372 zone. However, if that level is lost, that's a very critical level, then obviously the bearish price action continues. All right, let's take this one level at a time, one day at a time, okay? Triple Q here. I had a very nice trade alert on Triple Q this morning. 273 is the 23.6 fib level. Failure of this support will be a massive loss for bulls. Put in 270.6, 269.3 and lower price targets. You can see here Triple Q dropped down as low as 268.49. All right, after breaking down at 273 level. So very, very, very bearish on Triple Q right now. Okay, there is some resistance at around 272, but that 273.18 level, that's a 23.6 fib level. I can't get bullish on Triple Q unless that level is recaptured. As long as below, I'm bear bias. Okay, we did get some support, some bounce around this like I said, around at 268.49, but I had a support around 269.2ish. That was based on a previous low back in June. Got some buying pressure there. Wasn't perfect, but that is the next support that I got. Okay, critical resistance is 273, but the first resistance would be at 270.5 based on this Fibonacci channel line. Okay, as long as below those resistance levels, I'm bearish. 269.2 is the next support, and if that fails, we could see 265.6s, 263, maybe a drop down to 260 to 259 zone. All right, Dow Jones, I got first resistant at 328.4. Gotta recapture that level to trigger some moves to the upside. 330.8, 333.6, and 335.3ish. Okay, as long as we're below 328.4, today's breakdown holds, and I do have the next support around 324.6 to 325 zone. Okay, bulls absolutely must hold it. That's around the 38.2 fib level. If that fails, we're gonna see a lot more downside. Okay, it's gonna get a lot more ugly. Okay, this down move continues until a resistant level can clear, until we get some bullish moves. Yeah, and Tesla just looking very bearish still. Overall, it closed where it did on last Friday. But yeah, the critical resistance I got right now is 153.5 to 154. It needs to clear some resistance, guys. Clear 154, put 156 and 159 back in play, okay? I'm overall bear bias on Tesla as long as below 159, though. It could consolidate and chop to the downside, but we'll see, okay? Support's around 149.5 with the next support around 146, all right? If those level fails, it's going to get a whole lot uglier, but keep in mind, I wouldn't get bullish or bet to the upside until we get some bullish momentum, clear some resistance. 154, 156, and 159. Watch those levels. Yeah, in Apple, I had a level around 133.8ish. It broke it down today, guys. Went as low as 131.3ish. Okay, the first resistance I got is at 132.6, and then that 133.8 level, which broke down today. Those levels must clear, recapture to get bullish again. Okay, give us that false breakdown setup and trigger more upside to 136s, 137.5, and 139. All right, but as long as we're below 133.8 and 132.4, next support is around 131 and then 129 and possibly down to 126. All right, and here is the VIX, pretty useless helping us gauge the SPY, but it did hold that breakdown of 22.7. Okay, it's looking bearish while the SPY is looking bearish. So I don't know how long this is gonna last, but if the SPY is gonna look bearish, it'd be very helpful to VIX if it can start looking bullish, and that would start with clearing 22.7, 23.5, and the critical 25 level. All right, but as long as 22.7 holds as resistant, stay bullish. Stay bearish on the VIX with 20.5 and 19 next support. DXY still holding above that 104.3-ish level. I need to see it break this green trend line. It's riding up this green trend line. It was support. Now it's riding it up as resistant. Breakouts around 105.068. I got 105.3 as a critical resistant. 105.8 and 106.6 still. All right, guys, let's end this with the option flow. Filter for 500K premiums or above. Overall, looking very bearish for the SPY. Let me see some above the ask. What's the most aggressive ones? Here we go. Yep, very sweep orders. Yeah, seen some. This is in the money. This is the nice out the money. February 17. It got time on it. 380, 380. A lot of 380 strike price on these puts. They all got hit already. And yeah, this one's 370. So the further out the money ones, they definitely got time on it. So that's what big money's betting on, guys. They're overall bearish on the SPY right now. Maybe we should follow them. They are big money. Let me get us triple Q. Big money is still betting to the downside on triple Q. This is above the ass. Look at these strike price. This one is 290. Very in the money. But look at this one. A block order. Over 9,000 in size. 230 strike price. Wow. 230 strike price. All March 31st date, guys. So somebody, a bunch of big money players out there are starting to accumulate these very out the money puts for early next year. Something to keep in mind. Dow Jones, nothing. Tesla. Okay, big money above the ass. It's bullish on Tesla right now. 149 strike price, 160 strike price. Okay, so these dates are very close. They're very close. So they're expecting a bounce to happen on Tesla very, very soon. So keep that in mind, guys. Apple got nothing on Apple. DXY probably has nothing. And let's look at the VIX. Nothing on the VIX. All right, we got nothing on the VIX, guys. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want more content from Uncle Charters, please consider joining my Discord. It would mean so much to me, and I would love to serve you guys more. Peace.